day 6 of notes. Day 6 of notes is composition of functions. When you have a composition, you put stuff together. This is composition of functions. This is missing a C, so it's kind of misspelled there. It should be functions. These things happen. Let me quiz question. What was the letter? What letter was missing for the word functions on the day 6 notes? Okay, so basically now we're just going to play with things. We just added, subtracted, multiplied, divided functions in the previous day's notes. Now we're actually going to put one function into another function. So we're going to take f, put it into g, h, put it into f, g into h, and so forth. And here is the format. Some people call this fog x. And it can be written this way or this way. Notice what letter is closest to x. It's g in both cases. And this can be read as f of g of x. F of g of x. Okay, remember before we had fx, we call it f of x. So this is f of g of x. The key thing is we're going to put g of x into f of x. So whatever the g of x expression is, we're going to plop that in to f of x. And vice versa. This is g of f of x. So the closest thing is the f, so we're going to put f into g. And that's just the hardest part. You got to get your mind wrapped around. So notice, we have f of x here, we have g of x here, and we have h of x here. So on example A, we have f of g of x. So we're going to put g into f, and it might help to put that little mark. So we're going to start to write f, but we're going to take the x out and put g in there. Negative 3x plus 1. So we've taken g right here and put it in right there. And now you just simplify. Negative 15x plus 5. That's it. It's just another expression. Okay? Not getting an answer, just another expression. Okay, and B. Notice f is closer to x. So we're going to put f into h. So we start to write h, 2, and then we get to that x thing. We can even write h exactly like it is. There's h of x with the x out. And we're going to put f of x in there. I kept it short because I know it's a small thing. You might not want to put parentheses ahead of time because some of them are longer than others. Now, remember, do not take 2 times 5x. Because remember, this 5x is attached to that exponent 2, 10 to the power 2. It's got to be squared first. Please excuse when you're going to salad. Exponents come before multiplication. So this is still going to be 2 times 25x squared minus 3. Now I can send the 2 in and get 50x squared minus 3. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. Not getting an answer. Now, notice, now we have f of g of 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to bounce 2 into g, and then that into f. So we're going to put the 2 in the g1, and whatever we get, that's the new number we put into f. So g is negative 3x, I'm going to put a 2 in, plus 1. Now I'm going to evaluate that. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Plus 1 is negative 5. I'm going to take that new number, negative 5, and put it into f, which is 5 times x, which I just said was negative 5. which will give me my new number of negative 25. The 4 in, where are we going to put it? We're going to put it into H. And whatever number we get there, we're going to pop that into G. And the little arrows help, seriously. So H, when I pop the negative 4 in there, it's 2. I don't know why I put a negative. I think that myself. Not ready for negative 4 yet. 2x squared minus 3. So remember, H was 2x squared minus 3. And I'm putting negative 4 in for x. I'm going to evaluate it. So negative 4 squared is 16. Times 2 is 32. Minus 3 is 29. Now I'm going to take that 29 and put it into G, which is negative 3x plus 1. So I do negative 3 times 29, which is negative 87, plus 1 is negative 86. E and F are just review. E and F is a throwback to the day before. We're just adding them. So f of x is 5x, and g of x is the negative 3x plus 1. So we're just adding the two together. 5x minus 3x is 2x, and that leaves me with 2x plus 1. Now for f, we're just straight multiplying, just like yesterday, just like 3 5. So we're going to take f of x, which is again 5x, and we're going to multiply it this time by negative 3x plus 1, which is g of x. So we're just going to multiply those two. Now we're going to send this in and get negative 15x squared plus 5x. So that's just a review. Example 2, next page. Now we just have an f of x and g of x. So there's not going to be very many varieties here because we only have 2 options, putting g into f and f into g. First one, we're going to put g into f. Okay? And then we're going to put f into g. And remember, those are just the same thing, just two different ways of writing them. So we start to write f of x, which is 3x squared. We take the x out with 2x minus 1, and we square it. Minus x, so we're going to take the x out and put 2x minus 1 in again, and then the plus 4. This one is a little bit more work. Now, 2x minus 1, you have 2 choices here. You can go off to the side and FOIL 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1, or you can do the shortcut I taught you. Either way. If you want to go off to the side and FOIL it, go ahead, or you just do this. 3. Now, remember, here's the shortcut. We square the first term. 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. The middle term is going to be we multiply and double. So negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x. And we double it, negative 4x. Because when we do the O and the I, they're going to be the exact same thing, and they're going to add together. They're just double. So that's negative 4x. And then we square the last term, plus 1. Now I distribute the negative here and here. That's minus 2x plus 1 plus 4. Now I'm going to send the 3 in. 12x squared minus 12x plus 3. Make sure you send the 3 to everything. That's going to be minus 2x plus 1 plus 4. Some of you might have even done plus 5 already. And at this point, 12x squared has no friends, just hanging out, chilling. Put the negative 12x with negative 2x and get negative 14x. You borrow $12, you borrow $2, you owe $14. And then I'm going to add 3 plus 1 plus 4, which is 8. And that's my answer. Just a bigger expression. That's how I know. 12x squared minus 14x plus 8. That's all we can do. Now the other way is going to be a little smaller, a little easier. We're plugging f into g. So we're going to take this whole thing right here, f, and just plop it in right there. So it's just 2 parentheses. Now we write all of that. 3x squared minus x plus 4, and then minus 1. So now all we do is distribute the 2 everywhere. 6x squared, that's supposed to be 2, minus 2x plus 8 minus 1. The only 2 that we're moving together is right here, minus 1. 7. We get 6x squared minus 2x plus 7, and we are finished. Okay, just like on the first page, we're going to take the negative 2, put it into G, and then take that answer and put it into F. So first off, I'm going to do 2 times negative 2 minus 1. I'm going to evaluate that. 2 times negative 2 is 4. Minus 1, I'm sorry, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Minus 1 is negative 5. Now, I'll put that into F, which is my quadratic. 3x squared, so negative 5 squared, minus, now be careful on this. It says minus x. So don't just write minus 5. It's minus x, which is negative 5. It's going to end up switching. Plus 4. Square the negative 5, I get 25 times 3 is 75. Plus 5 plus 4. 84. One of the most common mistakes here is just writing minus 5 instead of minus negative 5. Second most common mistake is doing 3 times negative 5 first. Square the negative 5, then multiply by 3. Okay? We're going to put 2 in for F, and then put that into G. We're going to do our quadratic first. 3, 2 squared, minus, parentheses 2, plus 4. And evaluate. 2 squared is 4, times 3 is 12. Minus 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Now, we plop that into our 2x minus 1, which is 28 minus 1, which is 27. And here's a funky one, g of x. You're just going to plop 2x minus 1 into 2x minus 1. You're putting into itself. Distribute 4x minus 2 minus 1. Simplify 4x minus 3.